Hey everyone, I wanted to update you because it's not been going great with reading the past couple days. It's Wednesday, I should have mentioned that. I'm still on 1,000 Beginning and Endings. I've just been working my way through this kind of slowly. I think it was Monday night I really sat down and read a big chunk of it, which was kind of exhausting. And then yesterday I only read one or two stories, and that's all I read for the entire day. So I think my husband's gone tonight, so I think I might try to just finish it. But I've been finding that it's really difficult to read short story collections in one big chunk at a time. It's a lot of mental adjustment, switching from story to story. I find that with any new story for myself, it's a bit of a mental adjustment and learning curve to figure out what the heck is going on in the story. And I just find it overly exhausting having to do it every time I pick up this book, and not just in each setting you're constantly readjusting. So it is a lot of brain power, but I am really enjoying this. It's really good. I already cried tonight. I've started reading this already, and I've had my 2 or 3 stories make me cry already. I've never read so many amazing short stories before, and I think it's because I've been picking the wrong short story collections. I've been mostly picking romance ones or YA romance, and I think that's not the right move for me. This is still, I would consider YA, but inspiration from Asian folklore or myths or fairy tales or whatever. And so it's a lot more interesting. Some of it is really heartbreaking, obviously, and some are just fun. So I kind of like the mixture of everything. But next time when I read a short story collection, I think what I have to do is read a story at a time. So I will read a story and then pick up a novel to kind of go alongside it, because I think that would be easier. It's always easier to pick up a book you're already reading because you're already in the story. Starting a new story, several new stories in one sitting, is mentally exhausting. But I'm hoping to finish this, and then probably not tonight, but tomorrow, I will finally pick up The Wrath and the Dawn. This has actually been making me excited for this, so I'm getting really excited, and I think this is very romance heavy, plus it's a fantasy, plus it's a retelling. It's all really good stuff. That is my plan for right now. Just a quick update. I finally did it. I finally finished 1,000 Beginnings and Endings, and it took me such a long time to get through this. But this was amazing. Highly recommend. A lot of them read like true fairy tales or folklore, but others read like paranormal or sci-fi or just contemporary romance. If you like a variety of genres, but also fairy tales with Asian inspiration, then definitely read this. It was incredible. I don't know any of these kind of myths or anything. I don't know anything about Asian mythology or fairy tales or anything like that, or historical storytelling. So it was definitely interesting to experience different worlds and stories that I'm unfamiliar with, but still have the feeling of myth. This was 5 out of 5 for sure. Sorry, I have not been updating you. What day is it? Okay, last time I updated you, I think it was maybe last Wednesday, and it's the 24th right now, and it's Friday, so it's been over a week since I last updated you. So basically, my last update has been actually my last update because I have not been reading because it was a May long weekend, and then me and my entire family got sick. When you're sick like that, it was mostly colds and coughs. But when you have like sinus pain, it's so hard to read, and plus you're busy with being sick and helping everyone else and just basically surviving. So I have not been reading. I only started reading last night, and it's for the Asian readathon, and so I'm reading The Wrath in the Dawn by Renee Ahdieh, and I'm only 24 pages in. I just kind of read for like an hour last night, and it's kind of hard to get into. Like, the writing style, I'm not a fan, and all the names are a little confusing. Since it's like obviously an adaptation of Arabian Nights, it's from a different country with names that I'm not used to, so I've been finding it a little hard, and so the mixture of that with she's kind of flowery a little bit. I don't know, I think I just need to read like another good chunk and then I'll probably get into it. I am very intrigued. I wasn't expecting to get into the plot right away. I was anticipating seeing the main character and having her experience her best friend dying and going off to the prince, or the king I should say, to be killed off, and you don't experience that. You just experience her pretty much right away getting ready to meet the king. So I thought that was kind of interesting. I wasn't expecting to be thrown in right away. There's an introduction to another male character, which I'm assuming will be a love triangle, which I'm not really excited about that, to be honest, but I know this is a very popular book and I know a lot of people like it. Yeah, I'm still really excited to read it. I have the second book already if I want to binge read this duology. I'm not too sure, but after this book I will probably be reading another book by another Asian author. This will be the last book to complete the challenges, but I thought if it's still May, I don't know how long this book will take me to read, but if it's still May, then I'll pick up another book by an Asian author. I'm not really sure what. Maybe I'll show you some options. Give me 1 minute. Okay, so I have 3 books that I can choose from that have Asian representation, and it's mostly by author. So I could continue on and read The Rose and the Dagger. I'm not really sure. I'll have to see how I feel at the end of the book, obviously. I'm rereading The Iron Fae, so the next book for me would be The Iron Knight. This is the 4th book in the series, and it's kind of like a spin-off standalone, but obviously you have to read in order, but this is the 4th book in that series. And then I can also start a new series, The Immortal Worlds by Julie Kagawa again, and this is a vampire dystopian fantasy, but there's vampires. I've not read a vampire book in a very long time. So yeah, honestly right now I have no feelings. Maybe Iron Knight, maybe Immortal Worlds. I'm not sure, but those are my next 3 options. If it's still May, I think I might be able to finish this by the end of the month. Before the end of the month. So yeah, I hope so, because I've hardly read anything. This is only my 4th book this month. Hopefully next month I'll do much better, but at the same time, like, I've read 4 books. That's still really good. So that is my update for now. See you later. Hi everyone, I'm so sorry I've not been updating you. I probably have said that a lot lately, but there's a lot to update you with. I think I told you that I was reading The Wrath in the Dawn, or that I started, and today is Friday, May 31st, and Monday this past week I finished The Wrath in the Dawn. I got really obsessed with it on Monday. I kind of just took a day and decided I was going to read, and so I read and finished The Wrath in the Dawn. I was completely sucked in, absolutely loved it. It was phenomenal. I gave it 5 stars. As you can see, I've been not annotating, but I've been putting some sticky notes in here, and I really recommend it if you like romance, if you like fantasy, you like Brand New Worlds. This definitely fit all that. I really loved the setting. I really enjoyed reading kind of like the Middle Eastern inspired story, and I really loved the stories in here. The storytelling was really enjoyable, and it's making me really want to read the original. Definitely recommend. After reading this, obviously I wanted to continue on the series, but since I'm a completionist, I wanted to read the short stories, so I read all 3 of them, I think, that night. The 3 are, let's take a look, The Moth and the Flame. I think that one is the first one, and that one is following Shazi's like maid, or her like handmaiden, and her background story, and I didn't like it. It was fine. I gave it a 3 stars, but I was mostly bored and I didn't really care about her backstory. I really liked Shazi and Khalid. I really liked their story together, and I just didn't care about her background story, sadly. The next one was The Crown and the Arrow. That was from Khalid's perspective, and that was on the wedding day, like when he first meets Shazi. I like that one just fine. I gave that one a 4 star. And then The Mirror and the Maze, again from Khalid's perspective, and that is after the first book, and I found that it was fine. I enjoyed it more than The Moth and the Flame, so I gave that one again a 4 star. I am currently reading The Rose and the Dagger. I think I started it the next day. I'm only really halfway through it. And I'm liking it okay. Like, it's a 4 star still. I'm really glad to be back in this world and being with the same characters again. I really love Shazi. I really like Khalid. And the first 100 pages was really boring. Like, I was able to read it a lot because I was really excited to be in this world again, but I was realizing, like, there's nothing really happening. And I was kind of upset about that. I was really reading because I really wanted to get these 2 characters back together, and there was stuff preventing it, of course. And I'm not sure if this is going to be as good. I don't think so. There's some really good scenes that I loved reading, and there's some fun things that are happening. I don't know where it's going to go though. Like, I have kind of an idea, but I hope it's happy. Let's just say that. Because I like happy endings, and so awful for that. So that is what I'm reading. I just made my TBR for June, and I did my wrap up for May, but I'm gonna end the vlog here. I'm sorry that I haven't been updating a lot, so I don't know how long this vlog is. It may be like 2 or 3 weeks long, so sorry about that if it's not tons of content and if I didn't read tons this month. And I don't know about next month. Like, my life is so up in the air. I don't know how much time I'm gonna have for reading, but I am participating in the BuzzFeed Readathon. I talk about all that stuff in my TBR, so you should check that video out. And that is it. So I want to know what you guys have been reading lately. Please let me know if you've read any of these books before. Please comment down below because I want to hear your thoughts and opinions on these books. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe if you have not done so. You can follow me on Goodreads, Twitter, and Instagram. And you know what, guys? I want you to keep reading. Bye.